You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
Welcome to the Hot Options Report, your premier source for insight into the fast-moving options market. Each day, we'll track down the products that are dominating the options chains and impacting your trading account, from Nvidia to VIX and everything in between. If it's lighting up the options tape, then you'll find it on the Hot Options Report.
All right, everybody, that music means we are back in business with our final program on our Quintuple Mania edition of the network today. Not one, not two, not three, but four, but 5 shows coming at you today. And of course, if you want to hear them all, theoptionsinsider.com/pro is the only place you can get everything, including what we just got off, a really fun episode of our surprise edition this year, the Fantasy Cast, talking about our Insider Fantasy Football League and all the trades and fun and skullduggery that goes on over there. Make sure you're checking out the pro, theoptionsinsider.com/pro. Also get you access to our awesome pro Q&A sessions, options oddities, where we talk a lot of unusual activity, great exclusives like, of course, the Volatility Deathmatch 2.0, which is coming up soon, as well as, of course, the final pro trading crate giveaway of 2025. You want to get your name in the hat for that. Theoptionsinsider.com/pro is the place to go. And of course, while you're checking things out online, make sure you check out our friends over there at Quick Options. They made the URL just for you. TheHotOptionsReport.com is the place to go to kick the tires and light the fires on all the data coming out of the options market, not just the top 10 that we're going to talk about today, but a whole bunch more. You can't beat the price, and you can't beat the data. It's better than what a lot of your brokers are bringing to the table. Trust me, TheHotOptionsReport.com to learn more as we learn what's lighting up the tape out there on a mostly red day in the markets. That usually translates into a little bit of action. Was that the case today? The answer was, yeah, it was decent. 517,000 contracts is what it cost you to break into the top 10. That gets you to the Amazon. Amazon all the way down at number 10. That's interesting. It means it's going to be an interesting list today. Amazon closing today 221.27, off about 1 1/4, a little over 0.5%. Again, good for the 517,000 contract mark. And the hot option in Amazon today, nearly 31,000 of the 225s. Average price for these about $1.70. So maybe if you think a turnaround is in the offing, you like these as a scoop. The clock is ticking. Only 2 more sessions. Can Amazon get there, or is this sell-off the beginning? We shall see as we keep on rolling out to number 9. It's our old friend, the Monster, a.k.a. Strategy, a.k.a. MSTR. Closing today, 160.38, off $7.12, or about 4.25%. So giving back a lot of the gains that it picked up yesterday, putting up 533,000 contracts for the number 9 spot. The hot option in the Monster today, 23,000 of the 198 calls. That's an absolutely wild strike, listeners. If you're saying, what are these going for? They're actually going for 7, almost 8 cents. I think a lot of people would happily sell those at this point and be very happy if they got their stock called away at 198. Wild. 198. That was opening, by the way. It's not closing paper. So 198. That's why we do the show, listeners, for prints like that. As we keep on rolling to number 8, back to the A tech names. It's AMD. 538,000 contracts on the tape for them today. AMD selling off over $11. $11.06, or about 5.3%. Closing back below $200. 198.11 is where AMD went out. And the hot option in AMD, once again, hope potentially springing eternal. We shall see. It was 24,000 of the 225 calls. This was opening paper as well. Now, the average price for these was 14 cents. Looks like they went up on the bid, paper potentially selling these. So it could be a bit of an over. Let's hope it was an overwrite, listeners. If you're paying 14 cents for those, that's probably 14 cents you're giving to the market gods. As we keep climbing to number 7, listeners, it's Netflix. 94.79 is where the stock went out. Actually up about 1/4 today. So a little bit of a slight rally out there today. Netflix getting some shine on their bid from the WBD board out there today. So that's helping lift them slightly, putting up 544,000 contracts. For the number 7 spot today, the hot option in Netflix land today, 34,000 of the 97s. Average price for these, $1.02. They did get there earlier this morning. The news lifted them up to about 97 and a third. So that print makes a little bit more sense when you see that stock level in hindsight. Obviously, right now, I don't think anyone's paying $1 for the 97s with 2 days to go, but we shall see as we keep climbing to number 6. It's our old pal Alphabet Class A, closing today $296.72, off nearly $10 or about 3.25%. So a rare red day for Alphabet these days, putting up 652,000 contracts. For the number 6 spot, the hot option in Alphabet land, 31,000 of the 305s. Average price for these, $1.08. So once again, playing with some upside, listeners. Will they come to fruition? We shall see as we keep climbing, listeners, to number 5. It's our old pal Oracle, giving back quite a bit to the market gods today as well. 178.46 is where it went out, off $10.17 or nearly 5.5%. So a rough day for Oracle, putting up 690,000 contracts. For the number 5 spot, the hot option in Oracle land, going to the dark side, listeners, the 210 puts. A deep in the money put. Average price for these, $31.15. Looks like paper might have sold these as well. So if that's the case, drawing a pretty interesting and aggressive line in the sand. Interesting choice to do that on an in the money put strike. But that looks like what we have going up here in Oracle for number 5. As we keep climbing to number 4, it's Palantir also coming for that one today. Palantir selling off 10.5 handles, or about 5.5%, closing 177.29 today, putting up 768,000 contracts. For the number 4 spot, the hot option in Palantir land, nearly 63,000 of the 192 halves. Average price for these, 35 cents, listeners. So can Palantir get back to that strike, or would you say sold to you all day long? I think I know which way I would go, listeners. As we keep on rolling to number 3, it's good old Broadcom, aka AVGo. They've had a wild couple of weeks out here, continuing that, selling off $15.28, closing pretty much $326 exactly, off about 4.5% today, putting up 769,000 contracts. For the number 3 spot, the hot option in AVGo today, 27,000 of the 350s, the 3 halves. Average price for these, 73 cents. Once again, I think a lot of people at the end of the day, if they could sell those for 73 cents still, would probably say sold to you, but we shall see. 2 more days, anything can happen as we keep climbing to number 2. The market's selling off. That means Nvidia probably selling off as well, and that was the case. Nvidia closing shy of 171, off $6.78, or about 3.8%, putting up 2.92 million contracts. So back to the usual volume we expect for Nvidia, but still falling to the number 2 spot today. The hot option in Nvidia land today, 119,000 of the 175s. Average price for these, $1.46. Again, only 2 sessions left. Anything could happen, but I think right now, if they were still trading there at the end of the day, which they probably are not, I think most people would say sold to you. But let's keep climbing, listeners, to the number 1 spot. Once again, Tesla takes the crown. 3.13 million contracts. That is a hot day in Tesla land, even though Tesla giving back a lot of the gains they had from this week, closing 467.26, off $22.62, or about 4.6%. We were just talking on the last episode about the pars, the 500 calls. They've been lighting it up all week. Was that still the case in Tesla? Were the hot options the 500 calls yet again? The answer, somewhat surprisingly, was yes. 188,000 of the Dees 500s, the Dees pars, still taking the top spot in Tesla today. Average price for these, $3.28. Now you might say there's a lot of open interest on that strike already. Maybe they're closing. No, this was opening paper today, listeners. So new opening paper on the 500s today. Obviously, in hindsight, paper probably might want to sell those, but interesting stuff out here in Tesla. Will those pay off? Can we make it back to the par strike by the end of the week, or are those a screaming sale Stay tuned to the network and stay tuned to the Hot Options reports to find out the answer. Oh, yeah. And stay safe out there, everybody.
You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network, the home of the Options Podcast. For more quality options programs, visit theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app available in the iTunes and Google Play stores. Select programs are also available via live stream at mixlr.com/options-insider. That's mixlr.com/options-insider. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, stocktwits.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.